Greetings, gods and goddesses in training. Welcome back to the channel. It is Uncle Makara, all relations. Today we're talking all about how to handle and dismantle your inner critic. This is a very important thing for you to know if you are going to be tapping into the zone or the flow state, because the inner critic gets in the way so many times. And the best way to understand this is anything that's not you, nephew, is an entity, period. That random wave of depression that hits you out of nowhere, that whisper that says, I'm not enough, that compulsion to scroll endlessly when you swore that you'd focus this time, that's not the real you. That's probably a squatter living up in your psyche. It's a damn parasite that keeps feeding off of your energy. The real you is divine, deliberate, a creator. Entities are involuntary, they move without your permission. You don't choose to feel like you're crushed under a weight when you wake up. You don't choose to spiral into shame or rage. Why would you? These are implants, old fragments, old programs, okay? Now, you can call them demons if you like, but their biggest job is convincing you that they are you. Listen, the same you that gets up to brush your teeth, shower, get ready, go into your car, go to work, it's the same you that can decide how you wish to feel. Light and loving, fresh and free, calm and collected. Isn't that your natural state? I think so. Everything else I think is hijacked. But here's the thing, I don't argue, I don't negotiate with these beings. First I call it out. I see you, you're not me. And then I re-choose, reclaim the steering wheel, right? Every thought, every intruder, you always check its ID. Is this me or is this an intruder? If it's an intruder, it gets evicted right away. Because you are the landlord of your consciousness. Stop letting astral freeloaders squat around in your temple. A lot of you guys are just sleepwalking in the kiddie pool of seeing is believing, when actually it's believing is seeing. That's the real game. The senses, that's animal gear. The hidden world, that's human gear. And you've been operating like a bloodhound, chasing scraps of evidence, when your real power is in sniffing what no sense organ can detect. Viktor Frankl had it right, you know? I found out some bad news again yesterday. And what I realized, I made a meaning of my situation. That was the first thing that I did. And I urge you to do the same for your life right now. Viktor Frankl said, you don't endure the darkness by waiting for dawn. You endure it by making the darkness meaningful to you. The moon doesn't just erase the night, it reveals the beauty in it. Same with your struggles, so stop calling them bad just because you can't see the hidden God. Light and dark are enemies, guys. This is why we can so comfortably be in the middle path as Primal Sutra. Light is revealed, dark is hidden. That's all that means. But guess what? Both are reality. The moon's job isn't to kill the dark, but to show you the hidden value inside it. You've just been scared of your dark side like all these movies are making you feel. But that's just undeveloped territory, right? You're making generalizations based on something that's in flux and in constant change. So the hidden world is bigger than the revealed world. You only see a sliver of sound, only see a sliver of light. Getting a tiny bandwidth, right? And the rest is concealed, but also more real, more powerful. Thoughts are the hidden world. Speech is the revealed world. But what was he thinking before he said that? That's concealed world. Same with you. Your hidden motives start to shape your reality, way more than your words ever do. So you call it bad just because your nervous system can't process that. Just like light frequencies are too powerful for our eyes. Some blessings are concealed for our protection until we can carry them. You see, animals own the senses, but humans own abstraction. A hound dog can smell better than you. An eagle can see sharper than you. But no animal ever asked why. That why is your super weapon. It's what makes you a human. And in fact, I love being human. I really do. Purpose, soul, God, these can't be weighed. These aren't tangible things. They can't be seen or touched. Yet they're more real than the chair you're sitting on. If you only trust your senses, you're dumber than a dog. The question why takes you beyond the surface appearances and into the primal blueprint of existence, the Primal Sutra. Instead of asking what's in this water, instead if you ask why is there water, It's a better question to go into the hidden worlds. So stop being a tourist in the sensory world. Start being a hunter in the hidden one. Your challenge is that this next week, every time you catch yourself judging something as bad or judging yourself as bad, what hidden good is concealed here that my senses cannot see yet? You write it down. That's your moonlight journal. Track the unseen shapings of your life. Do this and you'll stop being a spiritual NPC just fumbling into things, fumbling in the dark, right? You'll become the main character who learns to see in the dark, night vision. You're playing checkers with your subconscious mind when the real game is 12th dimensional chess, proving you're enough, hustling for your worth. I've always known that something in that is off. That's prison. Your subconscious is the warden and you've been doing push-ups in the yard, thinking that you're free. So the subconscious is the operating system. Not enough is the factory default setting of the ego. It's not personal, it's not your story, it's just the human template. Like the iPhone, it comes with apps that you didn't even ask for, right? Your psyche comes preloaded with stuff. I'm not enough, I'm not loved, I'm not safe. The game isn't to uninstall them, it's just to transcend them. Like, do you even care about what apps are on your phone? No, right? You just use them. So being human is showing up with shackles. Constraints are a part of the curriculum. The opportunity is you break those chains. Every prison you escape is power in your bones. Your evidence is all fake news. Once you see not enough as an illusion, your compensations will all dissolve. I've been there, I know this. Chasing money, status, lovers. Is it ever enough? If you're doing it to outrun your inadequacy, you're just reinforcing your inadequacy. That's why success feels empty to some. You didn't solve anything, you decorated the prison cell. Language is sorcery, so really watch how you're speaking to yourself. Your words are spells. The word abracadabra means I will create as I speak. So most of you are black magicians. Straight up, without you even knowing it. Because you're cursing yourself with words like I'm not good enough. Good enough for what? To be yourself? You're the best at being you. Reality obeys the spells you cast. You change the code and change the world. True success is peace. It's not the Instagram version of peace, okay? It's not me showing I'm in the Bahamas. And it's not the bank balance either. Real success is when your story collapses and you can stand naked as the limitless being that you already are. Not literally, I'm talking figuratively. You're vulnerable, right? That's the end game. Peace regardless of circumstances. Meaning even when there is darkness. Freedom isn't a future event. You gotta really get this. How does this all relate to the inner critic? I'm getting to that. You don't need to get better. You need to overcome this hypnotic spell that you're not good enough, that you were ever less than complete or whole. Every time your mind says I'm not enough, you say, not true, not now, not ever. That's how you reply. Not true, not now, not ever. Every time it says, oh, you're being lazy, oh, you're good for nothing, you can't make it. Not true, not now, not ever. I am me, only me, and nobody else. Now what does that do? It reclaims your power, right? Your soul that's been fragmenting into all these different places goes, and now you're the observer, you're the witness consciousness. And here you can pause the video game and go to menu mode. So here's the hidden truth. You don't silence the inner critic by arguing with it. You dismantle it by destabilizing its power source. Right now you're treating the inner critic like a god or a deity that you have to worship. Oh, it's the voice in my head, so I must listen. No, actually no. It's just a parasite feeding off of your belief. Every time you resist, you justify, you defend yourself, you're pouring fuel into its fire. That's what many people do when they argue, right? They add more fuel to the fire because they want to feel like they're the one that's right or has won the argument or something. But here's my protocol for you. The next time that this parasite shows up, first of all, you name it. Immediately you give it a name. You classify it, you label it, you bring it down into your own essence, into your own context. You see? You've now given it a container, a space where it can thrive. Like a Tamagotchi, right? You don't call it you call it a nickname. The parrot, the static, whatever. You can call it your shadow, etc. Separation is the first destabilization. I am not that. That's an it. It is not a me. Okay? That's the first step. You've cracked its illusion now. The next step would be to expose its script. You write down its most recurring ruminating lines, right? You're lazy, no one cares, you're broke, whatever it's saying to you, right? Write them down. And just notice it's the same broken record. It's predictable and weak. A powerful booming voice and the voice of the creator doesn't need to repeat itself 1,000 times. Okay? This is why listening to one subliminal, I can understand and drop my suspension of disbelief and completely involve myself in and immerse myself into the listening of that as if it's a part of me already. I've already merged with it. Right? So I internalize the good, I externalize the bad. Because the bad isn't me, I'm not bad. What are you talking about, right? These aspects or concepts or fragments or demons or jinns or entities, these are the things that are in the way. The little gunk that's in the way. The critic only exists in one frequency. Inner dialogue. Shift to body, shift to art, shift to silence. And it has no power over you anymore. So the next step is you change the channel. Right? Like on a TV, on the remote. You change the channel. You're destabilizing it by refusing its chosen battlefield. Alright? It's going, fight me, bro, fight me, bro. You're going, don't need to, don't have time. If you fight it, it grows. It's like a bully, right? If you mock it, it collapses at times. You gotta hold on to your inner power when this thing is coming at you, right? Imagine the voice has a different pitch. Use mockery, not battle. Different high-pitched character, right? You're a loser. And who are you? Little pipsqueak? Get out of here, right? You can brush it off. Because now you're the one in control. You're the commander of this ship. I'm the captain now, right? It says something intellectual tries to get into your head. Thank you, professor of nothing, right? You use humor. Critics are just echoes of past authority figures, guys. Parents, teachers, and these voices in our heads, we internalized them. We took them on as a part of our identity or role. And we've been living in this loop. And what I do is I'm the loop breaker, as some of the adepts know, right? We break these loops that don't serve any longer. So ask yourself, whose voice does this really sound like? Because it's not mine. Once you identify it, it shrinks down. Because it was never your authentic voice. This is what I've been doing to catch these entities, right? I put a finger on it because I'm not being kind to it. Like some people put a hand over their heart, or some people just like soothe themselves through havening. I put a finger on it, right? And this is what happened during the session with Brad. I don't know, guys, if you remember back in the New Zealand days, right? There was he randomly put a finger on my jugular like this. And he spotted the entity that was there. And I'm doing the same, like a point to the tension in your body, right? Wherever you're feeling that ickiness, and just say, I see you. I know what you're doing. Entity, be gone now. By the power of source, by the power of the light, be gone now, right? And this is a very quick and swift process, I'm telling you. Of course, join the mystery school, primalsutramysteryschool.com. If you want to learn from me more so one-on-one, and you can also have Ryan G on board. He's more so a shadow mancer, and I'm more so a light being, light mage, you could say. So together we formulate this tech really well, and we can help you create your own path working. He's more left brain, I'm more right brain. So it's very, very powerful to work like. And again, people, let people speak on my behalf on how these sessions have been really helping. And then finally, you cut the cord from this inner critic. Your contract is void, my friend. You're not my guide. Speak it out loud. Gesture like you're cutting a rope. And anchor the ritual in your nervous system. Okay? So for the next 7 days, for this next week, every time your inner critic speaks, you write it down. You notice its loops, its traps, what it ruminates. Whose voice is this really? What's the hidden gift underneath this criticism? Responding in mockery and humor. Do this, really do this, and then you'll stop being dominated by your inner critic. You'll turn it into some powerless cartoon character that has no power over you, okay? Thank you so much for tapping in. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day. May the flow be with you and stay legendary. Let's get it to the upward spiral, gang, to infinity and beyond. let's win.